Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, Weight Watcher Cape Cod Woman, and Pearls of Wisdom and Food on Facebook. I just got back from my 4-mile walk. It is Monday, October 26th. Yikes! Anyway, what a moon on my walk today. Oh my, it was magenta. It was just, whoa! No wonder the natives are restless at my homeless shelter. Just saying. Not that I'm ever affected by a full moon or a new moon. Not me, not ever, just like I was never affected by PMS. Ever. Ever. You can trust me. Everything I say is the absolute truth. Okay, so maybe I fibbed a little. Anyway, I was walking today and I was listening to Dr. William Davis, the wheat belly guy, and I was getting my fill of him, ahem. And I can't get enough of what he has to say. And he has a way of delivering how not to eat wheat, what to eat in place, what you could prevent. He has such a way of doing it, you know, the bedside manner, as they say, that I understand what he's saying. And a couple of times he veers off into the way too technical parts, but he knows that, and then he pulls himself back. So often you've heard me say here and talk about better bad choices. Now, a better bad choice would be if you were, say, an alcoholic and you were thinking that if you cut back you'd be okay. There's no such thing for people like me, but just saying. Instead of having a Long Island iced tea with 7 or 8 different liquors in it, you would have a glass of white wine. That might be construed as a better bad choice. If you are on a food reduction weight loss program, a better bad choice for you might be to have a grilled piece of fish and a potato and maybe a vegetable, as a treat, the potato, or even better, 2 steamed sides of veggies, rather than having, let's just say, a great big chef's salad where they put on the dressing, they put on the croutons. It's loaded up with dubious tablespoons full of salad dressing and things like that. So that would be a better bad choice, is to have the broiled chicken, real food, real results, sitting on your plate, identifiable, right? Well, in the world of going gluten-free, wheat-free, grain-free, if you are at any one of those, processes of eliminating and fine-tuning, the thing that he talks about, which I call better bad choices, he calls, he goes into it at great length, and he talks about giving up wheat, pat, but then going into the store and buying all the gluten-free items, like the crackers, like the sugar, the cereals, like the pastas, like the Amy's little bowls of goodies that they have in the freezer at stores, where it's filled with, it's gluten-free everywhere, but it's filled with gluten-free pieces of cornmeal and all that kind of stuff. And he says he just wants us to be aware of the fact that when we substitute what we think is a better bad choice, right? We're not having wheat with the dangerous part of the wheat, which I won't go into, but we substitute it for cornstarch, rice flour, tapioca starch. When we substitute it for those things, the only things that might spike your blood sugar or your glycemic index higher would be dates and figs. So it actually spikes your blood sugar higher to have what we think as a better bad choice of still a grain with some product made out of it. It's still processed, and not having the wheat. So he just wants to make everybody aware of that, and I call it the misconception of the better bad choice. In his book, Total Health, he talks about going from not just wheat-free, but grain-free. And unfortunately, I'm doing that, and it's hard. But then somebody asked a question, the interviewer, asked a question for one of his clients, both doctors, and said, what if my 5-year-old is just dying to have a gluten-free muffin every now and then? Would that be bad? And of course, Dr. Davis does this like, meaning, and of course the other doctor knows him, so knows that what that means is there is no better grain substitute. But in the event that it is what I call a rare and appropriate, see, I put little names onto all of these things. So if you're a member of my tribe, you are picking up my street lingo, as it were. And so a rare and appropriate is very rare and appropriate. And you're not seeking out rare and appropriate. It just kind of happens, like the 5-year-old wanting the gluten-free muffin. In my case, on Saturday, going to the pasta house and having chicken piccata with gluten-free pasta, which was not on my list to have, but they insisted, as I told you in a different video. So just beware of the better bad choices, and I talked about this in the ads for the regular stores, the grocery flyers that come out with all the sale prices. And under all the organic or the natural foods, you know, they tout all this gluten-free. It's still junk. It is highly processed, other than wheat, flours made into chips and granola bars and power bars and cereals and crackers and cookies and pizza. He said the true better bad choice is getting like almond meal or coconut flour and finding recipes for, like, say, your pizza crust or whatever it is that you want to make. I haven't gone further with my research, but this is my commitment to you guys, is that I will be getting some almond meal, I will be getting some coconut flour, and perhaps concocting my own really safe, non-grain pizza crust, because I do miss pizza, and I've told you that. I made my noodle-free, gluten-free, grain-free lasagna with eggplant that I roasted without any wheat. I just did it with olive oil and coconut oil and Parmesan cheese and zucchini, which I roasted, and those were the layers, along with a meat sauce and the ricotta and the couple of organic eggs and the mozzarella, full fat. And to me, it's perfect, you know. And I'm really, once you become fat adapted and used to not having grains in any form, at least I can say for me, not for you, but I'm used to it, you know, and it's perfectly okay for me to have a grain-free lasagna. It works for me. And like I said, I miss pizza, but the gluten-free pizzas that I have from Pizza Fit and Free, the online store, I'm sure they're loaded with the rice flour or the tapioca starch or the cornstarch for their crust. And I wish it was almond meal. He said that there are some bakeries that are getting really attuned to the whole no grain sort of baking, and you can find something. He said if you really want to know where you may find things locally, is contact a local celiac kind of agency and see what their support group members may have as knowledge of where to find items. But it is doable, and in the better bad choices, you can even up it from the gluten-free grains to non-grain flours that you can make into something that you can just adapt to as like the pizza crust or the muffin or the bread or the pancakes. Because he said he's even made pancakes. And I do like my organic, real maple syrup. So anyway, this is just a quickie, and just wanted to share with you what I'm listening to today. I'm off to work. My lunch is packed. My breakfast is packed. I've had my bulletproof coffee. Somebody commented me today, posted to me that there is a new study out about bacon and sausage and all those things causing cancer. And yes, if they're processed with nitrates and nitrites, this is old news for a lot of us. And when I buy my bacon with no nitrites, no nitrates, raised by grass-fed animals, minimally processed, tongue-tied at 7 a.m., and you know, it's a little bit different than buying, I bought a level 4 ham from Whole Foods that I'll be having. Not sure what it says on the packaging, but I will report it here. So it's what it's not pumped with, the antibiotics and the chemicals that they process it with, and the aging and the storing and all of those sort of things. If you buy it from an organic farm, where they state on the label that those things aren't in there, BHA, BHT, the nitrites and the nitrates, and all of those bad things, MSG, perhaps what this report is all about. I will look into it later. For now, I like my pork products, and I like them as long as they're grass-fed and raised by cute little piggies that are on organic farms, not eating grains that have been treated and sprayed and stored and all of that sort of stuff. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Isn't that enough blah, blah, blah out of me for the day? Go have an egg. Go have a nice, great, big, organic egg with some raw pasteurized cheese and some wonderful organic broccoli and even some avocado mixed in with it. Go and enjoy it. That's what I'm going to do in about 2 hours. That's it for now. This is Sarah. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.